My passion for marine science started with me and my dad, definitely. So my dad is a marine scientist. He works for the EPA. And when I was little, we went on these snorkeling trips to areas in the Caribbean. And I really just fell in love with coral reef ecosystems and all of the different colors and patterns and the visual aspect. And I'm also a very visual person. So this really caught my attention and caught my eye, all the different intricacies of the reef. I was compelled to the University of Miami because I heard of all the opportunities they had and the connections, especially with my dad being a part of the marine science community. He had a lot of good things to say about it. And I also looked into their programs. I was intrigued by the Galápagos program and the different coral labs that they have. Another reason why I really am glad that I came to the University of Miami is because it allows me to combine such different interests that I have, and I feel like they really understand the importance of interdisciplinary approaches to things. So I'm able to have a marine science degree with a double major in physics, and then through the cognate system, I started to take art classes because I was also interested in art. And then I found out that I would only have to take a couple more classes to get an art minor. So I'm able to do that pretty easily, which is really, really awesome. Currently, I'm taking a glass blowing class, which has been my favorite of all time. It's really fun. And there's actually a lot of overlap, I think, between art and different materials and nature and science. So the glass, when it melts, it forms certain patterns naturally based on how it cools. And you can kind of relate this to natural life and marine life because there's just kind of things that happen that we can't really explain, but art can kind of bridge the gap between the two subjects, which I think is really interesting. So last semester, I was able to study in the Galápagos with the Rosenstiel School. So it's part of a study abroad program. And it was a really, really eye-opening experience for me for multiple reasons. First of all, the fieldwork aspect really reminded me of how much I love working with marine life. So a lot of my research in the past has been with physics and with kind of theoretical concepts, but then getting actually in the water in such a wonderful environment with such interesting and unique marine life all together in one area really reignited my passions for fieldwork and working with actual biological life. And it also really opened my eyes to a different cultural aspect that I had never experienced before. And I was able to live with a host family, so I was able to kind of understand what life in the Galápagos is like, which was really, really awesome to be a part of. And I feel really lucky that I was able to go on this incredible experience. I really feel like the University of Miami and specifically the Rosenstiel School really helped me, give me the tools that I need to succeed in my career. Especially the faculty at Rosenstiel was really wonderful and helpful at giving me letters of recommendation and telling me what kind of things to apply to. So the first internship opportunity I had was with the Scripps Marine Physical Laboratory. Now this application, I just kind of found it online, but once I found it, I was in touch with Rosenstiel faculty, particularly Dr. Peterson, who was really helpful and gave me some great advice and helped me get my application rolling and apply for this random internship. But it ended up being a really wonderful experience, and it opened my eyes to the world of marine acoustics, which I didn't know was really a field beforehand, but then I got really interested in it. I feel like I'm honestly very prepared to excel in my future grad school career and anything else that I want to do. And I know that I always have a base at the Rosenstiel School that I can keep coming back to professors and talk to them and ask them for advice. I would say to me, the University of Miami means support, just having a support system that I can come back to in my future career and always knowing that there will be people here that will support me.